What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. This here is a correction video from my older video from Adrien Broner. I stand corrected from the deal. Shout out to TKO for seeing this correction, because I misread the article wrong this morning. It wasn't for 3 years. It was for 3 fights. That's a major difference. Now this, that changes the whole discussion, okay? But I mean, it stays track on the antics the formation and how Adrien Broners still does things, how he turns down money, and, how does it really affect him in his career, business-wise. In 3 fights, he's going to get 6.7. Well, that's nearly 7 million. And that's basically, he's getting $1 million more per fight for signing with Eddie Hearn'S for 3 fights. That's 3 fights, not 3 years. Now, with those 3 years, who did you fight? But it's like, who cares? Who do you fight? You're getting 6.5 million. Or was it 6.7? So, I don't know. I totally wouldn't have done that, because that was a retarded move, But you look at it this way, Adrien Broner did answer the question I asked in my earlier videos on which fighters would stay and which fighters would lay, So he's paying homage to Haman, Uncle Al, you know what I mean? He's showing his loyalty, which a lot of guys, are jumping ship, and they will. More fighters will jump ship on this Eddie Hearn'S train. Okay, but Adrien Broner is not one of them. But again, like my last video stated, what makes you think that he's going to take a $6.7 million deal when he turned down a $40 million deal for 5 years? Okay, so, and Adrien Broner, he looks at it, I think he views it as a race thing, since Al Haman is a black promoter and a black advisor, to stay loyal, to your people and things of that nature. You know what I mean? I think that has a key play to, it's a key factor to play into this. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, since Adrien Broner is so adamant about staying loyal to Al Haman, if he was smart, he could play the cards to his favor. He can come to Al Haman like, hey, Al, I stayed loyal to you, so what will you do for me? What will my loyalty do? Will I continue getting 1.1, 1.5 million, or will you up the stakes, because I have other promoters coming across the pond trying to promote me and trying to scout me, and trying to wrangle me in, and giving me $1 million more a fight. If he was smart, that's what I would propose to Uncle Al, and get him in the hot seat, get back in the negotiation table, and hey, I'll sign with you because I'm loyal to you. You're one of my people, yada, yada, yada. But hey, someone else offered me more money, so let's get back to the drawing board. Let's talk about dollars and cents. You know what I'm saying? Because money talks and bullshit runs a marathon. Everyone knows that. So, if he was smart, he would do that, being Adrien Broner. So that's another thing that, could be discussed if he was good about business, because I guarantee you Floyd would have done something similar to that, especially with, with money being offered to him like it was, for a 3-fight deal. And that's $2.2 million if you chop it up in 3 fights. You know what I'm saying? So that's a pretty penny, to be shaving off $1 million per fight each time. So in the next 3 fights, the negotiations have to be made if he's smart again. Because if they don't, he's just losing $1 million a fight by staying loyal. Yeah, I mean, it gets you integrity, but what does that integrity get you? You know what I mean? Is it a heart thing? Is it a, whatever. But you're looking at it, the next 3 fights, what amount of money will you get? And then that's something that will be answered in his next 3 fights. So we just have to see. Then we can see if he made the right decision or not, on what Al's adjustments will be after he has that talk with Uncle Al, right? With Al Haman. So we just got to wait and see that, because I guarantee you he regrets turning down that $40 million. And if he doesn't, he's a fool, because there's no way he's made $8 million in 5 years. That's 3.5 years ago. He would be almost out of that contract, and honored that contract in 5 years by now. He had the rest of this year and all of next year to fulfill that contract. So you have 15, 16, 17, 18, the rest of this year, and 19. So the December of 2019, he would have honored that contract and would have made $40 million. You know what I mean? Now think about that in dollars and cents and compare what he made to what he could have made by just signing with Rock Nation. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a bad, shitty business decision that he decided, putting his ego out there and saying what he said to Rihanna and, Hova. You know what I mean? To that promotional company or whatever. So, we just got to see. So we'll see what happens with him. And would this be a one-time deal? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people rebuttal after they find out that he's not getting any money or extra money from Al Haman. People fall out, people fall out with Al Haman. A lot of fighters have. Look at the Nightmare. He just got knocked out by Golovkin, Vanes Matarosian. He fell out with Uncle Al, and he complained about Al Haman. Not a lot of people, though, complain about Al Haman. So, he doesn't have that reputation like Don King. You know what I mean? When it comes to negotiations and stuff, and people having bad press about him. But no. But again, shout out to TKO King for giving me that correction. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Because I read that wrong. And, I want to let you guys know first. I don't want to be giving you, falsified information. I want to give you direct information as it comes. But yeah, I reread it. And yeah, it's 3 fights. So we just got to see what comes of this, if anything at all, from Adrian about bullshit, about problems, about billions. Let's see what he does, But anyway, this is Kurt DeVille wrapping it up, correcting it, counterpunching it. Please subscribe, guys. And again, you guys been counterpunched. Peace.